So you've been lied to. You've been lied to by all the fitness influencers and content creators online that are just trying to make a quick buck and try to sell you something that's going to be a quick fix for getting jacked and in shape. Well, I'm here to tell you that I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm just going to break down the 7 biggest muscle building myths that are holding you back and preventing you from reaching your full potential. And I'm going to do it in a way that's free and easy to follow. So, if you are interested in learning about how to become the best version of yourself, then make sure you watch this full video till the very end. A little about me: I used to be 215 pounds at 5'9", and currently I'm sitting at about 178 pounds, and I completely transformed my life. If I would have followed the myths that some of these influencers have put out there, I definitely would not have been able to achieve the physique that you see here. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so myth number one. So, myth number one is that you have to train every single day in order to grow. This is completely false. If you train every single day and you're pushing yourself to your limits, you are going to spike your cortisol levels through the roof, your testosterone levels are going to drop, and you are not going to be able to make true gains and progress in the gym. You have to give yourself time to recover and recuperate from weight training. And so, what is the most ideal thing to do is to make sure that you're doing full body workouts and you split them up to where you have 1 day rest intervals in between. And so, what this would look like on a week schedule, and what I personally do myself, is you can work out Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, and just make it a routine every Sunday, every Tuesday, every Thursday. You're going to go in and do your full body workout. Usually, it'll last about an hour, hour and a half or so. And this is the most efficient way to go about weight training. Instead of going every single day and grinding it out, it's so much more easier to stick to. And this is what I recommend to everyone that's starting off in the gym and even people that have been lifting for a while. Just try to make sure that you're giving your body enough rest in order to make the most amount of gains. So, myth number two is that more volume always equals more muscle. And this is also false. More volume doesn't always necessarily mean that you're going to gain muscle, especially if you're a natural lifter. If you're enhanced, yes, that is definitely true. But as a natural, if you're pushing yourself too hard and giving yourself too much volume, it's just going to fry your central nervous system and it's going to make it harder for you to be able to progressively overload. Instead, focus on making sure that your form is good, your technique is good, and you are slowly increasing weight every single workout. And that is going to ensure that you're making a steady progress that helps you to reach your goals. Don't just try to push too much volume in and completely fry your central nervous system and be fatigued and not have motivation to go to the gym. So make sure that you are implementing this into your workout routines and you'll see a major change. Okay, so myth number three: you can eat whatever you want as long as it's hitting your macros, bro. That is completely false too. You want to make sure that you're hitting your protein requirements, yes, but you don't want to go overboard. And what happens is a lot of times people will think that, oh, well, I can still eat a pizza. As long as I'm getting my protein in, it throughout the day, then I should be fine. Well, the problem is that when you eat pizza, you eat burgers, you eat out, you go over your calorie requirements. And you don't want to do a dirty bulk. If you want to gain muscle and progress, all you need is a lean bulk. And if you're overweight, you don't even have to worry about that. You can be in a cut and still make great gains. But the issue is when people start saying that and they're like, well, as long as it fits your macros, bro, you can have it. What ends up happening is they overshoot and then they just end up looking fat and they hardly make any progress in the gym. So, what you want to do is you want to search TDEE calculator online and you'll put in your age, your height, your weight, and it'll give you a rough estimate of what your maintenance calories are. And once you figure out what your maintenance calories are, all you want to do is you want to increase that by about 200 to 400 calories and make that your target. And what that'll do is that'll make it to where you'll mainly be gaining muscle because you'll have a slight caloric surplus. And that slight caloric surplus will help you to put on muscle and reduce the chances that will turn into fat. And so that's what I usually recommend everyone to do. It's super easy and free. You can just literally just Google TDE calculator and you'll be able to find it. So that is myth number 3. Myth number 4. So this is one that irks me so much because everyone's trying to sell you supplements. You do not need a bunch of supplements in order to make gains. Literally, I will tell you what I've done to transform myself and the physique that you're seeing here. And all I did was I literally bought caffeine pills. Yes, caffeine pills. Just a 100 milligram capsule. I'll take 2 of those before I go in to work out. I eat a banana because it's a quick source of carbs and it won't get you nauseous when you're in the gym. And I'll have some creatine. And that's literally my pre-workout. And that's literally all you need. All this extra stuff that you see online is just fluff. Like, trust me, try it. If you don't believe me, just try it. For just a month straight, just do this. Eat a banana about 30 to 45 minutes before you work out. Take 2 capsules, 100 milligram caffeine, and drink a whole bunch of water, have some electrolyte water, and just take that to the gym and take 5 grams of creatine every day. And you'll start noticing that you'll be putting on more mass and you'll save so much more money in your wallet. All this extra stuff is just marketing. Believe me on this, bro. If you've been watching this video so far, you only have 3 more minutes to go. And if you found this helpful so far, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. It really means the world to me and I really appreciate it. Let's get into the next myth. Okay, bros, so myth number 5 is more protein always equals more muscle and more gains. That's not necessarily true either. If you have 1,000 grams of protein every day, you're not going to suddenly turn into Arnold or C-Bum. Like, that's not how it works. Even if you were on steroids, you probably wouldn't end up looking like C-Bum or Arnold. So what you want to do is you want to calculate what your protein requirements are. And a lot of new research actually shows that you really don't need even 1 gram per pound of body weight. There's been research that has shown that even rates as low as 0.7 grams per pound of body weight is enough to make gains. So if you're on a budget and you're just starting off, I would tell you to actually just calculate your protein requirement by 0.7 grams per pound of your body weight. And honestly, you could even do your ideal body weight. So if you're wanting to cut down, okay, and you're 180 pounds and you're wanting to be 170 pounds ideally, then you would do 0.7 times 170, and that'll give you the amount of protein that you need for the day. And that'll save you a lot of money and it'll make it way easier for you to be able to make your gains and be the best version of yourself. Okay, so myth number 6. Myth number 6 is if I didn't get sore in the gym, then I obviously didn't gain any muscle. And this one is another one that really irks me because so many people believe this. Just because you have soreness or the lack of soreness doesn't necessarily mean that you built muscle or didn't build muscle or break down muscle. So it's also more important for you to be able to figure out whether or not your strength has been increasing in these workouts, because that's a bigger indicator of muscle gain than soreness. Because what happens is, as you continuously train, your body adapts, and eventually you may not even have soreness when you lift. And so, what you really want to focus on is every workout that you're going in, make sure that your strength is increasing. And if your strength is going up, especially if you're in a cut, that's like one of the biggest indicators. If you are losing weight, but your strength is continuously going up on workouts, that's a great indicator that you're building muscle. So don't chase the soreness. Focus on progressive muscle strength to be your indicator for whether or not you're gaining muscle. And the mirror. Look at yourself in the mirror. Check out how big your arms look, your back looks, your shoulders, and that'll give you a really good indicator. All right, bros, we only got one more myth left. Make sure that you stick till the very end though, because I'll give a bonus tip that'll help you guys to maximize your gains and become absolutely jacked. Myth number 7, you have to be motivated in order to train. This is complete BS. You do not need to be motivated, you just have to have discipline. And discipline is something that you have to build over time. But if you just sit there and you're just using your feelings to gauge whether or not you should go to the gym or not, you're not going to be able to do this, man. You have to make no excuses, go in, push yourself, and it doesn't matter how busy you are. If something is important to you, you'll find a way to make it work. So I don't want to hear excuses. Build that discipline and don't focus on motivation solely in order to get you to where you need to be. Motivation can definitely help. And what I will tell you is this: if you're a beginner and you start working out consistently, within a month, you'll start noticing differences, and those differences will also motivate you. But first, you have to build that discipline because in the beginning, you may not see big changes. So that's my biggest advice to you guys. Make sure that you stick in there, stick to your routine, stay disciplined, and the fruits of your labor will eventually show. I promise I'm going to give you guys some bonus tips that you can use to help build muscle that I've learned and been implementing in my life that have helped me tremendously. And this is hop in the sauna. Whenever you get the chance at the gym, if your gym has a sauna, make sure you go in there for at least 20 minutes. And this has helped me to recover so much faster. It's helped my sleep and it just feels amazing. Initially, it sucks, I'm not gonna lie, but you eventually get used to it and it almost becomes like this meditative practice. So I highly encourage you guys to start using the sauna. And the sauna also boosts growth hormone and testosterone, which is another added bonus that's gonna help you to build muscle. And it'll also help with your sleep. Make sure you're getting that 7 to 9 hours of sleep. 7 hours is the minimum. And make sure that you are staying consistent. Don't keep switching programs. I know there's a big trend out there where people would just find the latest thing that helps you to build abs or, build muscle fast. And that doesn't work. Just stay consistent, stick to a routine, do the same exercises, and see if you're getting stronger at them without obviously compromising form. And just doing these tips that I mentioned and avoiding these myths will help you to reach your full potential. And I really hope you guys found this video helpful. I really want to help as many people as I possibly can. And every like, every comment, every subscribe means the world to me. And as a new YouTuber, I want to help as many people reach their full potential. So thank you guys for watching. This is Solstice signing out.